morning, everyone. Beautiful day. We're going to start the morning off with a cup of coffee, cup of Joe. Why do they call it Joe? Cup of Joe. Don't know. We'll have to look it up on our go-to resources, the internet. Cup of Joe. Got the oven on. We're going to do a little casting video today, you guys. Start the morning out with some casting, then a little bit of soldering, and then maybe a little bit of work in the garden. Maybe I should start through the garden. Seems like everybody likes cooking videos and the garden videos and the yard stuff. So maybe it was just encompassing the life and times of a jeweler, farmer jeweler, chicken owner jeweler. Okay, you guys. Do I have any words of encouragement today? For us older guys who might be a little high in cholesterol, cut back on your dairy and silk almond, okay? Shake it every now and then. Keeps in the fridge forever. It's great stuff. I buy unsweetened. You can get it in 30, 60, and 90. And you know, it's with a lot of things. At first you go, oh, that's not milk. Well, it's not milk. It's not. But it makes a great substitute, and I'm not shy with it. You know, if it's cream, you put a little, you know, like a teaspoon or a tablespoon in. This stuff here, you put in a good quarter cup. Oh. Okay, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna set the torches up, figure out where the silver is, and that's ready to go. That's a nice long flask. It's at, oh, I opened the door. Now it's at, where is it? It's at 960 now because I opened the door. It was at 10, this is over 1,025. See how it jumps up real quick again? All right, 980, it's a 10. Okay, so, and there's 2 hours left on that cycled, right? That part of the cycle. Sorry, my holder flopped away. Okay, I've explained the oven before. It's computerized, so it turns on. I know my cycle, my go-to cycle. Okay, maybe we can get into describing that a little bit. You know, because in the book, don't throw away your instructions. Easy for me to say. So. It tells you about, you know, the lost wax, burnout, editing, and targeting temperatures, and all that type of stuff. So my furnace is set up. It's a Paragon, the 4.0. I hear they're at 5.2 now. Okay, great furnace. I recommend them. Just I've got an older a kiln furnace around here that I haven't used in a long time, but like a lot of tools I tell you about, have a spare. Like there's some pieces of equipment you have to have spares for. Definitely the kiln you need a spare. Well, oh, I'm going to open my, if you're running a shop, not if you've got a little studio and you've got, you know, 3 or 4 jobs on the go, but if you're running a shop like I did for 20 years, you have a spare furnace, you have a spare long arm, you have a spare steamer, you have a spare ultrasound, you've got 10 pairs of pliers, you've got 10 files, you've got multitudes of tools to work with on the bench. And I had 2 benches, right? Okay, God forbid, you know, if a leg had fallen off the bench, which wouldn't happen. But anyways, okay, so I swear by the old Paragon here, and it tells you how to, you know, ramp, hold, programming, and instructions, and it tells you that this is an enameling furnace too. It has one set of cycles where it's just up to the temperature, hold for as long as you want, and then off. Those are enameling type things. You want to get a piece in there at 1600 degrees so that the enamel, which is glass, melts and flows into the part, and then it stays there for a few minutes, or 30, I don't know about 30 minutes, but for a few minutes. I don't do much enameling. And then boom, it goes down. But for burnouts, it has a programmable cycle, so I can say, okay, full throttle, you know, full heat to 350 degrees. And then keep it at 350 degrees for an hour, or 45 minutes, or an hour and a half. I can program that. And then I go, okay, well, I don't want to have full throttle up. I go to about 900 degrees an hour, and I go up to 750. I think it's 750 or 700. I got it written down here somewhere. Okay, full to 300, and I leave it there for 1 hour, and at approximately 700 degrees to 700, and I leave it there for 1 hour, and then I run it at 850 temperature to 1350, and I hold that for 2 hours, and then full off so that it goes to 1050, and I hold that for 5 hours. So my cycle takes about 7 hours. Let's just say it takes about 7 hours to complete. So I know that if I start the cycle on the furnace at midnight, and it's easy to figure out midnight, you know, it's at 6 o'clock at night when I set it. That's 6 hours. I set my delay for 6 hours, and in 6 hours it turns on and it goes through my cycle. And so when I get out here at 7 o'clock in the morning, I got a furnace. I think I came out once early at 6 o'clock, and the furnace was still at 1350. And you know, I did a little video of that and the nice glow of the furnace and the clean burnout and all that. So without without spending too much more time on it, that's the furnace, the kiln, the burnout oven. Okay, yeah, let's call it a burnout oven. The kiln. It is a kiln. Okay, so I could bake pottery in it. Okay, I'm not going to get into pottery. So where am I at now? Okay, I'm ready to cast. So I'm gonna turn this off for a second. That's a long-winded, long drawn-out explanation to what the furnace is. Burnout oven, kiln, and then my crucible's in there that I'm going to be using for this job. It's silver, so that the crucibles had a chance to. It's at the same temperature. It's real great. So let's shut this off because my torch is set up, and let's get out. Okay, we're back. We're back. We've got the torch set up. We've got the bottles on. We went through the oven. Okay, we've got the casting machine. I'm back. Okay, the wax weighed 3.8 grams. So I know that there's 38 grams of silver needed for the piece. Add 10%. What, about 4 grams? So 42, 43 grams of sterling silver in here. I weigh it out. I put it on number 1, just habit for me. I know there's only 1 flask in here. Keep track of your flasks. Number them. Even if you're just doing the one number 1, it's habit for me. It's good. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Make your list. Don't let anybody move these around while you've laid them out. Little things like that. Okay, let's get at her. Is that a good angle? Okay, so I know my machine likes 4, so you just kind of see that how it's catching. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the little stopper up. I like just a little bit. You don't need to put a lot on it. And I don't do it all the time, but look at that. Okay. All right, we're ready to go. Yeah, okay, that should work. Look at that. Okay, now we can see the oven. Okay, so let's get this in first. I've already pre-checked, you know, before I put it in there. I make sure that it's a good flask, a crucible. Those are crucible, right? I have silver one, a gold one, a white gold one, and then I got some old ones. I got some brass ones, right? I'm only doing 1 item, but I still see that it's like that, so I'm going to try to lie it a little bit more flat than standing up. Okay. Wear safety gloves. Put your silver in. Are you catching that? Yeah, you're seeing that. That's good. Bottles are on. I've done enough videos explaining boracic acid, a little bit of that in there, it absorbs the oxygen, keeps the KCG on. Now this crucible is already at 1,000 degrees, so it's helping you. It helps speed this up. You're not having to heat the whole thing up from scratch. All you're doing is heating up the silver. And yes, you could put the silver in the crucible if you want, but if you're doing a whole bunch, it doesn't help. Okay? Carbon stirring rod. You clean up the crucible a little bit. Make sure that's all nicely, looks nice. I'm only doing one casting, so I'm going to put the torch away. The cables don't line all around the top. And remember what I said about about safety. We're back at the bottles. When I put the torch away, you see I've got the hot end of the torch in this mortar and pestle. It can handle the heat. Not on a piece of wood. It's not going to catch on fire or anything like that. Okay, so always be aware of things like that, the little things you do, because it can it can cost you in the long run, right? Okay, so that's just my gloves are on still because I don't want to burn myself. Oh, can you see that? Put the hot crucible back in the oven. Let it all cool down nicely. Turn that off. Don't need it anymore. Right? That was number one, right? I didn't show you that number one. Oh. Okay, you guys put that to our go-to spot. Right? There's nice airflow under here. Stainless steel. And let that sit there for, oh, I don't know. Something, a piece like this is pretty thin. You know, it's a couple millimeters thick at the best. And don't forget, I designed a lot of things too to be only a couple millimeters thick, because the metal solidifies in a more uniform fashion. If you have a big item, you need to have a bigger sprue, and that's a whole nother world. We'll get in that to another time if I have to do a larger item. But this is pretty straightforward. Okay, you guys, I always like these casting videos. It's technical, but it's also, oh, it's a bit artistic. You know, if you have big industrial fancy machines, and you know, there's more of a, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? There's more of a stringent formula you got to follow. If you're an artisan, you know, you get the feel for your castings after a while. You know how to mix the investment by eye. You have your own go-to burnout cycle that you've put time and effort into and experimented with and built on. You have your coffee maker, and you know what type of coffee you like, and you know who to call, and you know to be kind to your animals, otherwise don't have them. Okay, have a great day. If you like what I'm doing, you know, comment, ask me a question, I'll try to answer it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and thanks for stopping by. Okay, well, it's been, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes. We're gonna throw that puppy in there. Won't need the tongs anymore. You like that? Put your tools away where they need to go, so you can find them next time. Have a comfortable seat you can sit by the sink with. Oh, it turned out beautiful. I'm just gonna do a little bit of brushing off of it. A couple nice brushes. So I just wanted to show you how it turned out, and I think that's gonna be a long enough video for today. Okay, look at that. So the casting turned out beautiful. There's no pits, frost. So this one here is ready to throw in the pickle pot, the acid, and pickle around here is a Sparex number 2 granulated dry acid compound. I think I've explained before what it is. What is it? It's additional information. Sparex is a solution, has 1.5 times the available acid of a 5% sulfuric acid solution. If a weaker pickle solution is desired, merely add more water. Okay, you guys. So reach out to a friend, phone somebody, subscribe, hit the like button.